Hey guys, so it's 9 o'clock and I'm going to go ahead and get started with the Instagram training. Thanks for watching. I just wanted to share a little bit about what's been successful for me with Instagram and give you hopefully some tips and pointers so that you can be successful too in expanding your business on this platform. So, first of all, I just want to say I love Instagram, but I definitely have not abandoned Facebook, and I never will. I think Facebook is very, very vital for you if that's somewhere where you already have established connections. Instagram is kind of something where you can branch out from that. So if you're feeling like you're hitting walls on Facebook or you just want to be reaching out to more people, then Instagram is for you. So some of you probably already have an Instagram account that you've been using just for personal use, and some of you might not have Instagram at all. So I'm just going to start from the basics and kind of work my way up. So Instagram is an app that you can download on your smartphone. It's only really very user-friendly on phones. You can't really do it on computers. There's some things you can do on computers, but you can't post. You can only post from your phone. So that's kind of a good thing because it keeps it very mobile. You can work this business from anywhere. So you want to go ahead and download the app. If you already have an Instagram account that you use for personal use, you have two options. You can kind of morph that into an account that you use for, I know this is not very good quality, but hopefully you can hear me. Um, So you can either use your personal account that you already have going, or you can start a whole new account. So if you already have the Instagram app and you already have your own account, you will just want to go to settings and then log out. Hi. Make sure you know your password before you log out, because otherwise you won't be able to log back into your personal account. But you'll be setting, once you log out, you can just pretend like you're setting up a new account. Pick your username. It can be something rap related, or it just can't say, I don't think it can say it works, so I would stay away from that. But, anything else, if it has rap in the title, or it can still just be your name, that's fine. So you want to set up your profile, and I wouldn't include like too much stuff about it. I'm a networks distributor. I'm a diamond. Just kind of keep it more like I love what I do. I love helping people get healthy. Just kind of more vague, because most people don't really understand it works, the terminology, and all that kind of stuff. So it's up to you what you want to put there. But I do have my website listed, and you put that in your website category. Now, since Instagram and Facebook are linked, and Facebook blocks are my It Works links, Instagram also blocks are my It Works links. So you might be able to put it in there, but it's going to mess up your Instagram and the way that you can comment and like and all that. So you make sure you use either your masked GoDaddy link that is Facebook safe and not blocked, or you don't have to put a website there. You can also put like your personal Facebook page. I know some people do that, and they say friend me on Facebook. But for me personally, I have my website link in that spot. So, and then you want to add a profile picture, and you want that to be a picture of you. You don't want that to be any type of rap related or It Works related picture, just of your face. And that's because, posting on Instagram, even though it's a rap account or an It Works account, it's still personal. They're still buying from a person. They want to know they can reach out to somebody and ask questions. So you still need to make it personal in that way. So now you have your account set up, and you want to start posting your pictures. So Instagram is super simple. All you do is you post pictures, and you follow people, and people follow you. And so there's a news feed, or basically just a feed, and you're going to see all the pictures of the people that you follow. And so you want to be posting content out there for people to see, for your followers to see. So the kind of things you want to post are, like I said, and definitely include some personal pictures, selfies, pictures of your family, pictures of what you're doing that day, just to let people know that you're a real person, you are living a real life, so that you can be relatable in that way. But, okay, so here's what I post. And you want to keep it a variety, and you want to keep all the pictures appealing to the eye, make sure they're not grainy, make sure they're vibrant. Just think of things that people enjoy seeing in their newsfeed. So motivational quotes, scenery, pretty beaches or pretty sunsets, animals, if you like animals. I like animals, so I post pictures of my dog, other dogs and puppies. People love puppies. So just kind of things that you're interested in that you would like to see, like sprinkle that all throughout. Like make it, because I see so many people posting, like if they're like, okay, this is my It Works account, so let me post every single picture It Works. And that is totally wrong. You do not want to be doing that. And that's because people get really sick of it really fast. People use Instagram in a lot of different ways. So you have to think of the person that is maybe only following 100 people. And if they're seeing all your It Works pictures in their feed constantly, they're just going to be like, unfollow. But if they're seeing a few It Works pictures here and there, a few wrap results here and there mixed in with stuff that they really like, with, workout tips or a recipe or food or just anything that people might be like, oh, this is interesting, I want to keep seeing this, then they won't unfollow you. So your goal is to get followers, which we're going to talk about in a second, and keep your followers. So keeping followers is all about posting good stuff that people want to see. But the whole point of it is so that we can get new loyal customers and new distributors. So you don't want to forget about the It Works part of it too. So the pictures that I post that are It Works related are generally results pictures, a before and after wrap picture or a before and after hair, skin, and nails picture. I don't post a whole lot of just, promotional like pictures of the products or, just some of the black and green pictures that we see out there. I do mainly results. I will post some pictures of, myself wrapping or myself using the exfoliating peel or stuff like that. So also incorporating my personal product use as well. So anyway, you just want to have a variety. I've said this before, but you want your Instagram to be like a magazine. And also that relates to, you don't want to have too many of the same pictures back to back. So like you don't want to post 3 before and afters back to back, or 3 quotes back to back. Like you want there to be a variety. So you not only want to worry about the individual picture that people are seeing in their feed, but when you follow somebody, the first thing they're going to do is say, who is this person? And they're going to click on your name and they're going to go to your profile. And it's kind of hard to see, but I was going to show a little bit. So this is my profile. So as you can see, it shows like 9 mini pictures all at once. So they're going to look at that. So you want to make sure that that is also visually appealing, as well as your individual pictures. So just keep in mind that Instagram is super, super visual. What you post matters. The quality of pictures that you post matter. The spacing and all that stuff. So you want to make sure it just looks good to the eye. So each time I post a picture, I go back to that profile with the 9 pictures, and I make sure what I'm about to post doesn't kind of like clash with what's going to be next to it. And that might seem like who cares or that's a lot of work, but you just get used to it. And I think that it is important. Okay, so I talked a lot about what to post, when to post, and how much to post. So I post probably, I aim for at least 3 to 5 pictures a day, and I aim for those to be spread out throughout the day. Um, I don't have a set schedule. I mean, you might want to make one that might be easier for you. If you just have a little reminder pop up on your phone that says, okay, 9 a.m., noon, 2 p.m., whatever. I just kind of do it throughout the day when I think about it. But you definitely want to spread them out. You don't want to do any all at once because, again, that's going to lead for people to unfollow you. So also another reason to post throughout the day is because, again, people use Instagram differently. Some people might only ever get on it in the morning. Some people might only ever get on it at night. So you want to make sure that you're having somebody see your picture, each time you post, having different audience see your picture each time you post. So, yeah. And I mean, definitely you want to be consistent with it. You're not going to get very far with getting loyal customers or distributors from Instagram if you do it here and there. I would suggest if you cannot commit to posting, at least 3 to 5 times a day, or I don't always do that. Sometimes it'll be 1 or 2 posts a day, and that's all I get done, and that's okay. But if you can't commit to posting every day, then you might as well not do it because that's kind of what it takes. It takes consistency, and this is not going to be something where you're going to see a bunch of results come from it right away. You might have to commit to doing it for a month or 2 or 3 before you even get somebody interested in what you're talking about. So just know that going into it, and know that it's more of a long-term process. You're not going to set up your Instagram account and get a loyal customer that night. I mean, you might, but it's not likely. I've been doing Instagram, and Jake has been helping me do Instagram for probably a year now. But the thing is I enjoy it. So it's second nature to me to be on Instagram, interacting with people, posting. That's just kind of where my home base is anytime I have a free moment of the day. I'm going to Instagram and I'm following people. So now we're going to get into following and gaining followers. Okay, so I would, if you're setting up a new Instagram account, I would make sure you have like 10 to 20 pictures actually posted before you start really getting into getting your followers, so that if somebody comes to your page, they don't see just one picture and they're like, this person is like brand new, who cares? So kind of get your content up, get 10 to 20 pictures up, and then you want to start finding your target audience. So on Instagram, everybody is either public or private, and you can follow both types of accounts. When you follow a public account, you're automatically just following them, and their little button will turn green. If you follow a private account, it will send them a request that you want to follow, and they can say yes or no. And that button will turn gray, and it will say requested. So you believe it unless if you actually click on their name, and I don't do that. I go to different accounts. So there's different. If you go to your search, so here's Instagram. You have a little home button and then the magnifying glass, so you can go to search. and then you can type whatever you want in the top. So just type in different things, just celebrities that you like, singers that you like, blogs that you like, clothing boutiques, or just different companies, makeup companies. I mean, the sky's really where it is accounts with a lot of followers, probably something in the thousands at least, and, heavily with a female audience. Um, and then you want to go to, so say, for example, you click on Maybelline, and you click on Maybelline's followers, it's going to bring up a whole list of people, and there's going to be a button on the right-hand side that says follow. So just kind of glance at the name. If it's, a regular name and they have a photo, I will follow that person. I generally just go all the way down the line, and just hit follow, 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 follow. And you can do 50 to 60, I can't remember which, at a time. So once you're done with your 50, it's not going to say you're done. It will keep letting you do it, but then once you click on that person's profile, it will kind of undo it. So just kind of count to 50, and then once you get to 50, you're done. Now, 5 minutes later, you can go back and follow 50 more. So the only thing you want to keep in mind is, I think you don't want to go over following 1,000 people per day. So just go in and follow. Anytime you get a free moment, follow 50 people. And then what you will find is a few of those people are going to follow you back. And that's the whole goal. That's why we're going out and following a whole bunch of people, because we are trying to gain followers for ourselves so that those people are going to see our pictures and our content in their feeds. So that's the whole goal. Now, the thing is that as you're following all these people, so on your profile, there's 3 numbers across the top. So it says your number of posts. I know that's hard to see and there's a glare, but your number of posts, your number of followers, and the number of people that you are following. So the trick with Instagram is that you always want your followers to be higher than your following. And that's just a snap judgment thing that people see when they come to your page. When you're following people, and when I said they go to your profile and they check out those pictures, they're also going to check out those numbers and read your profile real quick. So those numbers tell a story. And when the followers is higher than the following, that tells a story that, you're a desirable account to follow. There's a lot of people following you. It's, kind of like a popularity contest type of thing. But that registers in people's minds. So it's important to keep in mind. If you had a very high number that you were following and you had very few followers, that tells a story that you're a spammer, you're marketing, you're trying to get followers and you're not being successful at it. So that's why you want to keep that in mind. And I think it's very, very important to do that. So the catch-22 is that it's kind of hard when you're going out and following, to keep those numbers in check. So here's one thing you can do. It's totally optional. You don't have to take my advice here, but this is something that I did and that I found that helped me in that aspect. Is I bought followers. And the place that I did this from, the website is called Buzzoid.com. It's BUZZOID.com. And there's probably other websites, but that's just the one I use. And I'll give you a couple of warnings about that. First of all, don't spend any more than $5 or $10 ever. And you'll only spend that one time. Second of all, these aren't real people. These aren't your target market. These aren't people that will ever become customers. They're kind of like fake accounts. But it's going to help pad your numbers, which I think is pretty important. So you can do that. That's an option. I will give a warning, though, that Instagram is cracking down on these types of accounts that are just out there as kind of fake followers. So they might not stick around forever. Instagram might shut those accounts down, and the followers that you paid for might go away. So it's an option. It's out there. I did it to start out. It helped me with those numbers. So I went and bought 500 followers. So I had a jumping off point. I started off with 500 people following me, so that when I went out and followed a whole bunch of people, it didn't, tip the scale too much. And then what you want to do after you go out and follow a whole bunch of people is you want to download a separate app, and there's a bunch of them, but the one that I use is called Instrack. It's INSTRACK, and it's free. And so it's going to tell you who you are following that is not following you back. So those people, they're not seeing any of the pictures that you're posting because they're not following you. So it's really pointless to be following them. So you want to unfollow them. Once you go out and follow a whole bunch of people, I would give them, a couple of days, because maybe people don't use Instagram every single day. So give it a couple of days for them to give them a chance to follow you back. And if they don't, just go ahead and unfollow them. So that's where buying the followers comes in handy. So that's that. Pay attention to your numbers. I really think it matters. I really think that's what some people are doing wrong on Instagram. You'll notice there are a lot of wrap accounts on Instagram. So you'll come across them. So what we need to be doing is standing out. And the other thing is you don't want to follow other people, other wrap people. You don't want to follow other It Works distributors. And that's just because they will probably block you. And that's just Instagram etiquette with wrap accounts. So if you have somebody that you really like their account and you want to check it out and use it for ideas, just remember the name and just search for it each time instead of following it. So I have my notes here. Okay, a lot of people ask about hashtags and whether or not to use hashtags, if they help. When I started out, I used hashtags a lot. And then I just kind of got lazy and stopped doing it. And then I realized I don't really think hashtags help me all that much. If you do want to use hashtags, you can go to, I think it's tophashtags.com or top-hashtags.com. They'll say all the popular ones. So you can throw in a couple popular ones, throw in a couple ones relating to wraps. Basically, hashtags will help you get more likes on your photos because there are people searching hashtags and going through and liking each picture with that hashtag. But what they're trying to do, those aren't people who are interested in your products or interested in buying anything from you. Those are people trying to get followers for themselves. And you'll notice they'll comment great photo, like it, or whatever. And so you can kind of tell that they're not really interested in what you're having to say. They're just there to make a name for themselves. So that's why I don't use hashtags that much, is because I like to filter that out. I only want people commenting that are actually interested, and not just trying to get their own likes and their own followers. So I tend not to use hashtags. If I do, I'll just use one or two, and it will be something that relates to the photo, or something that's funny, or whatever. So use them or don't use them. I tend not to. If you do use them, like if you want to use a lot, I would put them as your first comment. Instead of including them in the actual caption, you can go back and add a comment with a whole bunch of hashtags. And that way, if you ever want to go back later and delete just the hashtags, you can. So that's one tip for hashtags. Okay, so now we know how to get followers, we know what we're posting, we know when we're posting, and so now it's just kind of like a waiting game. So there are a couple tips for like how you actually go about getting your customers and closing your customers. So every time, like when I'm posting like a random picture, like a motivational quote, or scenery or food or whatever, I do not worry anything about putting my contact info, talking about it works. I just put the picture up there. It's a nice picture. Here you go. When I post a results picture, like a wrap results, a before and after, I always either include my phone number or my website, or I will say link to order is in my bio, and I'll actually like put my own Instagram name. Like I'll say @Wraps by Leah, because then they can click on that, and then it takes them back to my profile page where they can click on my website. Because if you just put your website in the caption, it's not clickable. You can't put any clickable links in Instagram besides just your profile link. So one thing that's good is I will always give them like a call to action. Like I try not to make my captions too long. It'll just be something like, "Oh my gosh, these are awesome results. I'm so excited for her. She used two wraps, and these were her results." And then I will say, "Contact me to ask about getting 40% off your wraps," or ask me about doing a 12 wrap challenge, or a 90-day challenge, or I use a lot of different wording like that, but I always will say contact me or ask me about, or something like that. So where I'm inviting them to text me, like I'll say text me about this. So I put my phone number on there. I know some people are hesitant to do that, but I have had one prank call, but other than that, no issues at all. And my phone number is out there everywhere. It's on my Blitz cards, it's on Instagram, it's on Facebook. So it really hasn't been a problem for me. And honestly, I get a lot of texts from Instagram like, "Hey, I saw your Instagram. I have some questions about the wraps." So I do encourage you to put your phone number, and encourage people to contact you that way. You can also, I will say comment below, or DM me. So we can talk a little bit about DMing or direct messaging. So on Instagram, you can direct message people. There's two ways to do it. So basically, when you post a picture, use that button, and you can just take a picture or upload a picture or whatever. And then, let's get to the next. Okay, so you'll see it at the top, it says followers direct. So followers is like the normal way to post a picture. But if you click direct, then it will bring up, like it'll say to. So you can type somebody's name in the to box, and then you can write a caption on your picture, which is basically like sending them a message. So it has to be a picture included. So usually when I post a picture and I'll say comment below if you're interested or something like that, and they'll comment and they'll say I'm interested, then I will send them a DM. I will send them a direct message, and I will use the same picture that they commented on. And then I will just say, hey, so-and-so, so you're interested in the wraps, question mark. And a lot of the conversation stuff, like back and forth on Instagram, you can watch the video that we have on our page from Jade Hooper. I use a lot of that same stuff. So it's just kind of confirming, hey, so you're interested in the wraps? And they'll say, yeah, tell me about them or whatever. How do they work? How much are they? How long do they last? Those types of questions. And so on a DM, each person can comment, and it's kind of like having a conversation that way. And then, I mean, from there, they can say, okay, how do I order? And then you can give them the instructions to order. And also, I mean, you just want to engage with your audience as much as you can. I mean, if you see somebody liking a lot of your photos, go to their photos and like a few of those. Just be interactive, be a person that's available. I will try to respond to somebody if they comment or if they text me, right away as soon as I can. It's another thing that helps you stand out on Instagram is you have to understand that there's a lot of people out there who are seeing all this information about wraps and all these pictures, and they still don't really understand it. They don't know what it is or how it works, and they want somebody who they trust, who they can ask their questions to. So if you are available for that, and if you're willing to help, then that's going to set you apart from that. So the last thing I'll say, because this is getting a little bit long, but I hope I'm giving you some good information. I know a lot of people say, I'm getting some people interested, but how do I seal the deal? Honestly, it's no different than anything else. It's all about follow-up. I get so many people who will either text me just to ask questions, or they'll say, how much is it? How do I get started? And I'll give them all the information, and then they're like, okay, cool, and then nothing. I save that person's phone number. I try to get their name. Like sometimes they'll text me and they'll just say, hey, I'm interested in the wraps, blah, blah, blah. And at some point I'll try to say, oh, okay, like, what's your name? I just want to make sure that if, I can keep an eye out for your order or something like that. So just want to get their name from them so I can make it personal next time I follow up. So you know how we do follow-up Fridays. Every Friday, I'll go back through that list of people that contacted me that week or, a few weeks prior and said they were interested. And they're like, okay, maybe later or maybe next payday. I'll say, hey, so-and-so, are you still interested in ordering the wraps? Let me know how I can help. Just something really quick, just remind them that they were interested. I'll do that through my text messages and then also through the DMs. So if you DM somebody and you say, hey, are you interested in wraps, and you have maybe a little back and forth conversation about it and they never ended up purchasing, you can either send them a new DM or just comment again, saying, hey, are you still interested in wraps? I'm looking for people to do a 90-day challenge and document their results, and they get my discount, or something that makes it seem like, hey, it's time to order now. I'm offering something cool. So it's just honestly the closing aspect of it is just, it's all about the follow-up. It's not anything special that I do or say right when they contact me. I have tons of people who never end up ordering. Again, it's just a numbers game. But if you're posting consistently, if you're following consistently, and you're posting good stuff, and your followers is higher than your following, and you stay consistent with it, you're going to see some some results from that. So I wish everybody luck on Instagram. I think it's awesome. I encourage you guys to do it, but if it's not for you, that's okay too. It's not going to be for everybody. Some people might feel more comfortable with just going out in public and blitzing. It's really no different. It's just allowing you to spread the word to more people all across the globe. So I hope that this was good. If there was more stuff that I didn't touch on that you wanted to know, just let me know and we can do a follow-up to this. So thanks, everybody. Good night.